And just like that, we're 13.5 months later. Hopefully the audio is picking up well. I can't remember what settings I had before, and I know I have changed them for using the mic on the bike when it's in my helmet to reduce wind noise and such. But here we are. Yeah, like I say, this might look slightly cleaner because all the dirt is on the other side, because I've done a lot on this table since we've last been here with these brakes. And they're wrapped up in this tissue at the moment because they have been aqua blasted finally. If you follow the channel and possibly Instagram, you will know exactly why it took so long to finally get these done. I still had to get a couple of these last time we spoke on this video, a couple of the pistons. I've got all of them there. I think I needed like 2 to 4 of the larger ones, but I've got all of them there. I've got the paint now. I think I had an empty one from when I'd done my 4 pots, what I showed you, but I've got 2 tins of that to make sure I've got enough of that. Edge primer, there's a tiny bit in an old one, and there's a new one which I got today or yesterday through the post. I've also got a set of pads which I bought a long time ago, but I don't think I had them when we were filming last time. They're just for the rear, because when I change these ones I might as well put new rear ones in. But let's get these open anyway. Another thing, sadly lost my dog too, who I noticed when I was editing earlier. I only just edited what I filmed February last year, February the 2nd, 2023. It's now the 15th of May, 24. So I'm not 100% sure when this video will actually come out, because I'm going to show you these now. I may not mask them up just yet because I can't paint them right now. For one, it's late at night at the moment, but I've got good lighting going on at the minute. I thought I'd quickly do this. But also I want to wait till I've definitely got a decent day, because I'm not going to paint them in here because this is all changed in here. I used to have this quite empty and painted in here. Years ago I'd done my swing arm in here, that's totally empty. Things like that. So I've got a tent thing I put my bike in out in the garden now. I can get my bike out of there, hang these from the ceiling in there. I can close that up while I'm in there. It's got fence and stuff, so I should be okay. Just go in there, paint, get out, leave them the amount of time I need to, jump back in, paint, all that sort of thing. But I want to wait for a decent day. It's been raining the past couple of days and possibly rain for another day or 2. But anyway, let's move on from that and let's have a look what these came out like. If you remember, one set of these was for an old ZX9. I had to chuck one out because that was just too poor condition. Well, of course you remember, it's only seconds ago for you that you would have first seen them. But yeah, let's have a look, see which ones these are. I can either skip or edit this bit out. I'll speed it up or whatever. Right, this is the back half of the later ones for that came from Australia, and that's really quite amazing how this set has come out from the aqua blasting. Look almost brand new. There's a couple of bits here and there which kind of like this. I don't know whether that's just from factory like that or whether that is a tiny bit of pitting. These marks are meant to be here. There may be a couple of little dings and dents somewhere, but like these marks, they're from factory. But yeah, that looks nice. So let's look at the other half. Hopefully the other half is in the right place for the right calibre. Yeah, that is the right one for those. Look how well these came out. Hopefully it's all coming out good on screen. It looks like there's marks there, but there's nothing really. I don't know if that'll show up on camera, but these ones are in really good condition anyway. Like I say, came from Australia and from, I think, a 2006 Bandit 1200. But these ones are ready to just clean up, mask. I'll put tissue in here, put tissue in here, tissue in here, tape up a bit where I can, fill with tissue. I'll tape across the tops of these so I don't get it where the rings go, and these go together anyway, so don't need to paint them. I'll put a bit of tissue in these parts rather than put some bolts in. And these parts are not threaded, so this one is, so I might put a bit of tissue through that one, but then I can hang it from one of these with a bit of wire, which I've got some somewhere. Then I can paint around all of those. These will be the ZX9 ones from the original. I think they came out really well considering the condition these ones were in. A bit more tissue on this one. Yeah, look at that. Came out really nice still. You can see where, let's see if we can get that on camera. I can't see what you can see, so hopefully let's get that on camera. There's a couple of bits where they've obviously been bound together at some point before I got them. These pits are a bit pitted. You can still see where they are pitted. But the worst part's sort of in here. I'm trying to see where the camera is so I can try and make sure you can see that. I think there's still enough material there for the seals to be able to still go in and seal fine. And obviously the worst part will be where the dust seal is on that one. But the rest is pretty good still. Obviously still a little bit of pitting around the edges, isn't it? Considering these are very old and sat around in someone's shed for a long time, they are still in very good condition. I would have got 2 of these from Australia if I could have done, but I don't think there was any others for sale at the time anyway. Yeah, I ended up putting these aside for, I think, partly because I needed to get the paint in that, as I said, but also May last year I had to take my bike off the road, do the head gasket, valve clearances and stuff like that, so that held these up a lot as well. But look at this. Considering what sort of condition they were in before, they still came out really good. Again on this one, a lot of pitting and stuff over this end. I'm pretty sure the seals will hold. And of course they're not come out quite as clean as the others. But he can't get in there too well with that. I'll get a bit of like a WD-40 or something on some Scotch-Brite and get my figures in there, maybe a little bit of fine sandpaper. Yeah, I've covered how I'm going to mask them and put them up. I'm not going to do that now because like I said, I don't want to mask them now, let them sit and stuff because the masking may start sort of coming away a bit. But I thought I'll film this bit to get this bit over with. I don't think I'll worry about filming the masking because it's pretty simple really. You'll just get some strips of this. I might have to cut them down and get little bits in there and sort of tape around the edges here as best as possible, then stuff a bit of blue roll in between it. Do that for each of those. Where the pins go I might just put a little bit of, I might not bother putting anything there to be honest actually, but yeah, tape across the tops of these where they mate together. Let me just check something. Yeah, this top bit doesn't matter. That is the right way up, isn't it? Yeah, so that top square bit doesn't matter as long as you get it across where they sit and across where the O-rings go in. Hopefully I'm keeping this in shot well enough. But yeah, I may still, well, I'll just sort of make sure the tape goes across from that corner to that corner and across the whole thing there. Well, I think I'll leave this part here, and when I get back to you, like I say, I'm going to have a think about it. I don't think I will show masking them off. That's why I sort of talked through it. I'll tape around here, like I say, stuff them in there, blue roll and all that. Put some hooks through one of these, or even one of these bits where there is no thread, where paint can get through and it's fine. But I'll decide on that. And as for filming the painting, I'd love to be able to, but it'll be in such a small space. Even if I'd done it in here, if I got all my tools out, etc., which would be a pain. It's just getting the camera somewhere. Then obviously I've got to protect the camera, so I'll have to sort of like cover it with something, cover the lens and all that sort of thing. Probably cling film the lens and all that sort of thing. Try not to get any paint dust all in it and on it. But yeah, and painting where I am going to paint, there'll be nowhere for me to put the tripod high enough, and like I say, space is going to be quite limited as well, so getting the camera in there without me constantly being in the way of it and all that sort of thing is going to be now enough impossible. From here, the next clip may be all done painted, sat in here, rebuilding with putting everything together. I may at least show doing the Tokico lettering in gold. I may not, we'll see. But yeah, next clip I may be all painted, which definitely won't be as long as this last clip. Definitely not going to be another year and 3 months. It's going to be, hopefully, a few days or a week at most, sort of thing. Just waiting for the weather to get hot again. We just had some lovely weather, but then it all went crap again, all rain and all that. But anyway, again, so the video is not going to be too long. It's already edited to about 20 minutes. I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully it will be painted and sitting here in a split second for you. So hello and welcome back. The audio may be a little different for this little section because my audio device is a little out of battery at the minute. I was then about to use it. I just wanted to show a little bit of the masking. Look how well it's coming out. I would have done quite well, but luckily last night I just saw a video. I don't know if you've seen the geezer before. He's a mechanic or something, and he keeps seeing videos showing techniques he's not known before, and he's like, no way, and he tries it and it works and all that. For masking off areas like this, it even works for in here, as you can see on this one. I thought I'd just quickly show you a little bit of how to do it. For these, it takes multiple passes, obviously, because it's a circle. You don't really want to put a bit around the edge and then do it, because that can warp and everything. So what I do is try and be quick as well, because it's amazing how hot these GoPros get when you're recording with them static. They get very, very hot. So I'll quickly show you just one small bit here. I'll put that in like that. Just round on the edge like that. Just rub it against the edge. What I use is this old screwdriver. Then just tap around the edge where you want it to cut. Right, just want to make sure you can see. You can see it's cutting already. Look. I'll sort of start here and then I'll bring it up to the edge and around it, and just, that may even be enough already. And then you just pull away, and look at that perfect little edge on there. And you just stick that down. Make sure that's down still, and then again, if you have a big enough bit, you can just put that on, do again, do again, do again. Just cut up another bit till that's done. On these bits, that is a little bit awkward where there's an edge, but the most awkward one is this one. Or was it this side? And maybe these bits are slightly different. So the toughest one on this one, I think, was this edge. Along here, or this one. I can't remember which one it was now. So one of them ended up being a little awkward, so I managed to do a little bit with that technique, and then you may be able to see where it's very slightly different there, which it won't matter. You won't see this bit, and most of it will be painted still. So I just used the razor blade just to get a little bit off where it was awkward. And these parts are obviously really simple. You can see I've poked through a little hole there, because that's where I'm going to put the wire through when I hook it up, like this, and then just hook that up. And I can paint all around, and these are still open this side, so I can paint in there, which is fine because there's no thread in these parts. The bolts just go through, and then this side hasn't got thread either. So how they go together? Now this side has got thread, this side hasn't. So it's this side that hasn't got the thread with the writing on. Still yet to finish that one, obviously. But these ones have got holes in, so I may stuff a little bit of tissue into there, or I can tap them out afterwards. Is it the tap or the dye? I always forget. I think it's tap. You know what I'm saying. I'll quickly show you on this one, doing one of these. So first of all, you want to make sure you, again, I can't see what you can see, just make sure you can see what I'm doing. I can kind of zoom in if I need to, just make sure it's long enough to go across the whole thing. Mark, so I can lift it off like that. pop that on, just rub it down with your thumb, push down the edges a bit. These have got a slight little awkward bit there, but it's still doable. Then you just, again, go around. That's what I like to do also, just to make it easier when it is time to take off. Just snip a bit up to it like that. So you've got a bit to get to when it is time to start taking it off. Just pull down and away from it. Look how quick and easy that is. Probably still got to do a bit of it over this side. It's quite amazed how well it does work, because a lot of people will just tape it up, get a Stanley blade and sort of cut around the edges, or a little bit of sandpaper and sand the edges, which can kind of work, but I've found it a bit awkward like that. Sometimes the sandpaper just messes it up, so I never liked doing it that way before. Most of this should be ready to come off. Even if you did end up leaving a little bit of it on, just out of awkwardness, that's come out nicely, look. Just like to make sure I press down the edges. As simple as that. These are going to be a little bit awkward masking because of the picking in these. I was considering buying another one from a later Bandit to get another good left hand one, but maybe in the future. I think this will still work fine. But there you go, a little bit showing how I'm masking off. Now I better get on with it and then get painting.